Welcome to a new series of Going Medieval. The goal of this series is to simply build a great settlement and try some of the new mechanics that have just been added. Our series will be survival mode, and we'll set the difficulty to difficult for a bit of spice. You can check what the settings look like in detail by selecting difficult and then custom. I have not really studied the settings myself, but assume they add some challenge. We'll use the default A New Life. As for a name, we will be called Edenburgh, not to be confused with Edinburgh. We'll settle in a mountain and we'll use the largest map size possible. For our characters, I have custom made them. The short explanation is that I gave them increased movement and workability. They are passionate but very unskilled, so we should see them become our greatest characters over time. I gave all of them marksmen for ranged combat, and I've split the essential skills between them in terms of passions. Kyle is the builder, Iman is the farmer, and Sylvester is the miner. As a quick glance at their perks. To quickly recap, enemy raids are going to increase over time, defense will be important, and we are in the cold mountains. So let's go. The first thing I normally do when I start is unforbid everything. I'll set some trees to be cut, as we'll need the green area for farmland, and then I'll just unforbid everything on the map. Now let's look at weapons. We only have 2 bows at the start, so someone will need to use the spear. Next, we need to get stuff indoors and a place to sleep. I will build a small structure here, a mix of cobble and wood, as those are the only materials we have right now. So that's the limestone cobble placed, and we'll maybe just do a limestone floor, I guess. Now, while they build, I will set up the stockpiles. Most items need to be kept indoor to prevent them from deteriorating. Food is very perishable, and we will later build an underground refrigeration system. The developers have just released a new patch that changes the way that temperature works, so we'll need to experiment with that later. Raw ores can be left outside as they don't deteriorate. Wood can also last a long time, although with the new weather system, the unprotected wood may decay faster. Waste is typically stuff we leave outside to intentionally try and get it to deteriorate. We'll also need a research bench to begin unlocking new technologies. A campfire to prepare meals. A butchering table to turn animals into usable meat. I'll also put a roof over the campfire to protect it from weather, as rain can slow down the work speed. have finished the research bench. We have to first learn architecture, and then we can learn agriculture to start our farm. Now that I have architecture, I can build support beams, better allowing me to turn the roof into a new floor. The red means that either there are not enough materials to build, or the area cannot be accessed at this time. We can ignore that as they will cut trees and build the access as they go. We need to set the butchering and cooking. I will set the meat to do until 120, and I'll set the meals to do until 20 meals. It's also worth building an animal pen. I saw in the patch notes that people and animals now produce heat, and so a barn can be built on the ground level with living quarters on the upper, as the heat will travel up from the animals, keeping the settlers warm. For now, we will just have the pen. We only have 2 goats and a cat, I believe. Now is a good time to set up mining for the underground refrigeration we will build. I will have a set of stairs on either side going down, and this area will eventually become our kitchen on the above section, so they can quickly access refrigerated food when working in the kitchen. I just realised that I have not set the job priorities. If you've never played Going Medieval or RimWorld, then this will look a bit complicated. It's basically a logical hierarchy with 1 being the highest priority and 5 being the lowest. We want a man to tend and convalesce, meaning to bed rest, as the highest priority. Everyone should bed rest when injured as a number 1 priority. Hunting can be the second for now, but we'll move that up and down. A man will do farm tasks. Cooking is also a very high priority for the settlement, and a man is our most passionate cook, denoted by the double asterisks. When all of those tasks are done, a man can tailor. Crafting is an unskilled work like making stone blocks. Stewarding is opening and closing windows or doors and replenishing the torches or braziers. Hauling is to move items around to their preferred place. These are unskilled jobs that you can't actually improve at, but they simply need to be done from time to time. By leaving a blank, we are saying that this person will never do this job. So, our settlers are likely going to be more productive now that we've done that. We will need to begin thinking about security. Often we will be outnumbered in battles, and the preferred strategy is always to use archers from a heightened vantage. So I will begin to add places for our archers to fire from. A simple door can make this ledge accessible. With some forest cleared, we can start our farm. It's cabbage to begin with. It's also a good idea to plant some trees. and we will harvest them when they're fully grown and then replant them, providing us a continuous source of lumber. Due to the mountainous terrain, we are limited to where we can plant trees and crops. We can now build a set of stairs going down into our future root cellar. We'll want to dig down further to better insulate the cellar, maybe an L-shaped stairwell. It looks like they've gone to sleep. Tomorrow's priority will be to build some hay sleeping spots for them. They will eventually want their own rooms with decor and comfort, but for now we can only offer them a shared sleeping spot, some hay and a roof. We should finish the roof tomorrow. We're also going to need some more space to accommodate everything that we need. I'm thinking about defences as I build. Some side doors and an overhang on the roof is desired for the defensive walls our archers will use to protect them from incoming arrows. I'll show you them later. It's also worth considering insulation. I believe roofs are better insulators than floors. However, this is a temporary structure that we will use until we have better building materials. In the cold mountain climate, windows are probably less essential and more decorative. A table or two to eat at can also be good for keeping the settlers happy. Limestone is our most plentiful building material, so we will preserve wood and use limestone for now. I'll assign our trained cat Gispa to hunt vermin, like rats. I'll also set basic research to 60. Our settlers will also want some entertainment, and backgammon is the only game on the table. The next morning, I decide to try and get them to store wood closer to the small homestead. In winter, sticks and wood are needed to keep the fires burning. A ground of sticks will protect the wood from decaying. I'll also set a spot for ore, rock and dirt. Manufactured ore and stone can also sit out here in the open. I've decided to focus my defences here. We'll need to clear the shrubbery that can offer cover. We also need to remove or wall off any paths that lead to our homestead except this one, which we want them to use. A simple wall and a door can block the path, but would still allow us to use it when we needed. So long as a path is open, the enemies will use that one. It looks as though we have natural defences on this side preventing access. This saves us building. Next, we will set up stick traps to injure and slow down attackers. A defence tower will give our archers a forward position to attack incoming enemies. The new ladders added in this patch make the tower construct far easier. Settlers are often religious to varying degrees. There are two religions, the Oak Brethren and the Church of Restitution. I made all of my starting characters towards the Oak spectrum, meaning that for now I only need an Oak Brethren place of worship. It's an effective strategy to mine trenches in your area of battle to slow down your enemies and force them onto traps and kill zones. A merchant came to our settlement and I would like to buy his dog to be trained as a helper around the base. I already named him Kev and he should help us haul. Unfortunately, we must sell our goats, Lenny and Libby, to afford him. There is no money in going medieval, simply barter and trade. I plan to get more animals in the future, and so I will still finish the pen. I'll even have a man prepare some animal feed with vegetables and hay, and I'll build a trough just now before I forget. The farm is coming along well. I'll want red currants to make fine wine in the future. We also have flax growing for linen and barley for food and beer. Herbs too, once a man is skilled enough to grow them. It appears a man named Redmond has appeared seeking our protection. If we let him join us, his pursuers, the Forest Bandits, will attack Edenburgh. He's a 48 penitent butcher, a passionate cook, and a passionate tailor. His addition is welcome as he will spread out the workload. Now we will have to change his job priorities. I'll explain the management tab another time. For now we're just leaving most of it at default. I'm just going to set him to pick up a bow, which we'll need to craft as soon as possible. When a new character joins, they are always injured, and he will need some rest before he can begin to work. His perks are fairly mixed, but nothing amazing. The basement is coming along well. I'm thinking to put the root cellar here. There is a new temperature system in the game, and from what I can tell, we may want to pay close attention to compartmenting areas that we want to temperature control. The underground is naturally a cool, refrigerated temperature, but we'll need ice in the future to take it down to freezing. As you can see, it's 8 Celsius below, and once we have a door, that should reach refrigeration temperature, which is around 4 Celsius. The Forest Bandits will soon arrive looking for Redmond, and so I have Kyle focused on establishing defences. Hopefully we can have some traps in the tower ready for them coming. I should also adjust the sleep schedule, as the main trio all have improved sleep perks. Redmond will take a shield and wear some gambeson in the event that things get up close and personal.